There's nothing like I can do anything. Have you ever had someone tell you like that? I can do anything, just anything, as long as it can make me alive on the ship, as long as I can get some salary at the end of the month. There's nothing like I can do anything. You need to understand yourself, and this thing I'm repeating, I think, for the last time now. There's nothing you will say, okay, let me just do anything. Assist me with the work, I can just do anything. I know most of you, I know you're looking for a job, yes, but how can I give you anything, surely? No, that thing for sweeping, I can do even that sweeping. Okay, here we are dealing with people who have skills. At least you have mastered the skill that you have been doing for quite some time. This one, that's what we are saying. It can give you an access to the avenue where we can place you. But recently, surely, we cannot be at a point where we are now giving people anything. No, there's nothing like anything. It's just a job. A job is a job. There's nothing like anything. So if you're looking for anything, I think you don't know what you're doing. But I've been listing all these careers and jobs for cruise ships on our WhatsApp groups. So if you find a list of all the jobs that are on cruise ships, then the better, because this one's going to give you an opportunity to understand, okay, I cannot be captain of the ship, right? Of course not, because maybe you don't qualify. I cannot be the staff captain. Of course, those ones, no. If you have gone for marine studies, you can do second officer or third officer. You can become an engineer. The better. But look at the qualifications, because some of the qualifications, even me, I'm working on the ship, yes, but I cannot go to those departments because they need like 5 years study in the university. Okay, but what you're saying is, even if you are looking for these entry-level jobs, then ensure that these entry-level jobs, you have a skill in them. We can track your record back from where you have been working. Okay, I told you these things, that cruise ships don't have time to train you. But if you come in as an intern, well and good, but they don't have that time to train you. But they will take you into their tradition, their culture, how they do their things. We know you can cook, you can prepare beef steak, we can prepare fish fillet, you can do. But when you go there, even different restaurants, what they do, they will show you how they do their platings. They do how they serve their food, how they calculate their food, and they make this is a portion which can satisfy our guest according to how much they pay per plate. So you learn that culture, you learn how things operate, you learn how guests are. It's normal, right? Now, assuming you get a job which is professional, even if you come as an IT expert or maybe a video editor, maybe the softwares they're using on the ship, you are not familiar with them. You need to be taken into a short, let me say, an introduction, an induction, that this is the softwares we use. Are you familiar with them? Maybe you're a nurse, but you have been dealing with public out here, but this is a ship, okay? There is a way they handle their patients. And after that, because, okay, the medical center on the ship, it's not that that can handle complicated cases like cancer or like that, but they try as much as possible to facilitate you with to facilitate the patients with the outside hospitals and how they do that. Of course, you learn all these things. Now, listen. The second thing I wanted to mention is, now cruise ships, what is happening is, cruise ships, okay, if you get your visa, your letter of employment, I've gotten most of guys who are ready with they have the employee numbers, they have everything ready, but you find that there's changes in onboarding, okay? Onboarding changes. So maybe you wanted to go, they told you you're supposed to travel in November, and then after that you check your portal, November is not there now, they push to December. Not hurry. There are ways. There are ways how to handle that. I know it's your first time. Maybe you have never been on board, and now you are home. Your embarkation day starts. They say you need to start your job in November. Today is November. Okay, it was November, but they pushed to December. Maybe December 20, December 10, or 15. And then later on you arrive. The day comes. You're ready. You prepare yourself. December 15 disappears. Now it's no longer on the portal again. Now. You don't have the visa, the traveling document. You don't have the ticket. Now you're there. Okay, what do you do? Whom do you find? Because if you're not in the system of the company, it's very hard for you to get help. So perhaps if you have been given that chance, okay, maybe you have been given that chance that you are now an employee. Okay, you are now an employee. Now you need to start working by such a date. There are some documents you'll be sent by your onboarding manager, or let me say onboarding assistant. He will send you all they're supposed to send you some documents. These documents refer to uniforms, your life on board, preparing just yourself psychologically. Okay, uniforms. They prepare you with some of the traveling issues, where you go to lodge as you wait to go to the ship, in case you arrive early, you arrive late in the night, where you're gonna have your meals. If the air ticket is covered by the meals on the flight or not, they will let you know. So on those documents, there's a document that has information about whom you reach in case of any problem. So this one, I'm talking to people who have air tickets, who have been planned to go to their next assignment, but the embarkation dates disappears, or within the documents something happens and then you cannot see, there's no air ticket. Now you cannot see any other information. Number one person that you need to talk to is your embarkation manager. You need to ask him, I was to travel, or I'm expected to be on the ship on 15th of December. But after checking the portal, now it's no longer there. Okay? You're no longer seeing the date you're supposed to go on the ship again. So what happens, what you need to do to ask him is, if he has any clue what's happening, he needs to explain to you. The second thing is, you need to know on the document there is emails for the head office, and maybe you can get what you call someone who decides on the crew planner. So you write an email to the head office in the crew planner and ask assignments. Why is it that I'm supposed to travel this date? I'm prepared, because it's costly anyway. You all understand, it's costly. Maybe you are prepared, you have all, some people come into cost. Maybe you have moved your family some other place because you will not be around because of safety issues. Some do what we call buy items they're going to use on board. Okay, maybe you have prepared, and some people even go ahead to say bye to your families as early as 1 week or 2 weeks before time. Then that time comes, you're not going anywhere, you're still around. Then you feel like, what did I do? Then the date you're supposed to travel disappears completely. So you need to ask your manning agent, or write to the main office, what is happening to my embarkation date? They will have to reply you. The third person you need to talk to, if you have been on the ship for the first time and you are back home and your embarkation date disappears, then you need to try and speak to your manager, HR. We have HR on board. Sometimes they assist people, they assist crew. If you lose or your embarkation date disappears, you can ask. If you don't have any clue at all, even sometimes some manning agents don't know these things. For sure, they don't know. For sure, some of them, they don't have that fully information of, if something like this happens, what should they do? So try to ask one of the crew members on board because we have all these platforms with members on WhatsApp group, social media. Try to ask anyone who is on board or working with the Viking or working with the Carnival or working with Seaborn or working with the Princess or working with MSC or that company that you're looking for, right? And ask one of the crew members who is working there. Of course, people are here to help. They will help you. They'll tell you what to do. And you can write an email. And the only way you can never call, because calling a landline or calling there, it can be very expensive to you, especially if you're from Africa and you're calling to an outside country. It's very expensive. So what you do, the only option is writing emails and confirming, because we have tried this with one of the guys. There's one guy here who was supposed to join Carnival and disappeared, and everything disappeared. They went silent. Like, we processed everything, but it went silent. So I asked him to write emails, follow-up emails. Make sure you follow-up emails until they replied, and they sent him a ticket. Now he's already on board. So these things happen. Perhaps the company projects that by that date, someone will have left the ship and you need to replace him. But during this process, as you wait for your day to come, this guy on the ship extends his contract. Then he says, okay, I'm not going home. I think I can add in 1 month. Let me stay 1 more month. It's allowed anyway, you see. If you're doing 6 months and you need to extend, for example, 1 month or 2 months, you are allowed to write to the HR, just visit the HR office, and then you extend some 1 month or 2 months. So this one might delay you to join the ship, because maybe that's the person you expected. He's supposed to be home, and then you go. This comes to those people who are already employed. And if you are employed, this process, do it to the last point before you resign on the other job. So if you have been working, or you're still working, or you are still attached to some company, and cruise ship is waiting for you to go, do not just quit like sending like 2 months before. No, that's too fast. What you need to do is to wait. Keep waiting, keep working. Then during the last few weeks, few days, then you can resign while you plan very well, and then you can leave. Anyone who is working in Gulf, if you are working in the Gulf, I don't know, but most of the candidates who are working in Gulf, they do everything from that country. That's what I've seen. Because I've seen most, they don't come home. You just connect. Unless you want to come for a visit, to renew your passport, or what else? Yeah, if you're looking for a visa, you can do the visa, US visa, the other side. Gulf, Qatar, Dubai, and get a visa, and then travel from there to the cruise ship. But if you feel you need to come home first, better. But as those people who are still waiting, and then they say that if you do your visa from outside the country, most of the visas are approved, but not back home. Like for us in Kenya here, we get a lot of rejections. We don't know why, but anyway, that's what people say. But most of the guys outside the country, have seen them successfully travel from their jobs in Gulf, can be Qatar, Dubai, and then they go. Kuwait, they go from there. Because you'll be given, because I hear in Gulf, what happens is when you stay there, you're given a card which you become like a citizen. You operate like a citizen there. So you can get what we call police clearance certificate. That you can do your medicals there and get your ticket and go. So this is very important. It's an update, but we are still posting active jobs. We are still posting important, actively seeking jobs on WhatsApp. Let me tell you, if you go to cruise ship websites, you'll find jobs which were posted 2 years ago. They are still there. So perhaps you might be applying something that is already stale. So don't do it. Sometimes the reason why we send you to only the website is to understand. For those, if it's your first time, you need to understand these jobs. See the websites. See some of the disclaimers of trafficking and all the information. Sometimes they update, but some they don't. I told you in my last video about how do you understand, how do you know actively recruiting jobs. If you follow that, then you'll be safe. You'll not get those silent replies, but you'll get positive ones. We had a very, very interactive meeting in Nairobi, but we are planning another one. So if you didn't appear in the first one, the second one is coming, but this one we shall have what we call, we shall charge for entry. We shall charge because we're gonna go deeper. We shall have a very, very interactive session, and we shall start very early in the morning, because by around 5 o'clock we shall have exhausted everything. So you'll be ready for your job. And if you need any CVs or you need any guidance, we are here to assist you. But we're gonna charge you, yes, a little coin for our time. Is it okay? Thank you. And if you're still applying, keep applying. Check your CVs, check your cover letters, and do the necessary. Do follow. We just say follow. Subscribe if it's your first time. This is Arnest. See you in my next video. Thank you.